This is the end of X Factor. And out of the 3 books that have been canceled, this one is the only one that didn't feel rushed. Just smooth transition. Just crazy to think about, because I know Mark Russell thought he was going more than 10 issues. But we'll talk about all that stuff at the end. Support the comic book industry by visiting your local LCS. My name is Dorian. This is SCM Comics. We are concluding our coverage of X Factor. Number 10. Our story starts off in a plane over the Atlantic Ocean. Stretch 9 just got finished breaking his glass, letting out his poison, which is killing everybody. Well, so far he only killed his 2 compadres, and I guess he's dead too because his poison got let out, and I guess he needs his poison to survive. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. The character was made for this series, and since now the series is dead, he is too. So Havok's like, Frenzy, we got poison gas, it's time to go now. And Frenzy wastes no time and jumps right out of the plane's windshield, just right through it. Havok's running to the medical bay where everybody else is at. The gas is right behind him. He grabs one of those floatable rafts, hands it to Granny Smite, and like, take this. And then Cecilia and Cyber are like, what's going on? Havok's like, no time, I'm turning this med bay into a plasma center. Powers up and just blows the whole back of the plane just right out. So Granny Smite is all with it and she just jumps out. He pushes Cecilia out the plane with Cyber's bed and pushes him out too, and then he jumps. I guess Cyber's med bay has a parachute which Cecilia and Havok's hold on to. Granny Smite just stretches out and is going faster because, you know, she's not going to die. She catches up to Frenzy and is like, hey, I got this. Pulls the string. Now they're on the raft, both her and Frenzy, and they hit the water. Same thing with Havok and Cecilia and Cyber. So the plane crashes into the ocean. Cyber's on his, I guess, makeshift raft. And it's like, thanks Havok for saving my life. And I don't want to sound ungrateful, but what now? And then out of nowhere, McCloud shows up on his mini yacht that says Golf Daddy on the sides, picks everybody up, and Havok's like, I tend to have a lot of bad luck in my life. But hey, even a garbage can gets a steak sometimes. So now we go to Nevermore Base, which is supposed to be the secret headquarters of X Factor, which really isn't a secret no more. And Roger's talking to Archangel. He's like, have you seen the ratings of your capture of players? Through the roof. And Archangel's like, maybe, but have you seen the backlash? And he's like, dude, so what if they're calling you a traitor? You're an influencer. Y'all get called traitors. So Archangel shows Roger his phone, and there's 560 comments, and they're all like, Mutant Judas, bootlicker, wing garbage. And Roger's like, yeah, that's pretty hateful. And yeah, you might have betrayed one of your oldest friends, but look at it this way. You get 8%. And should he even care about the percentage? Because last time I checked, Warren Worthington, billionaire, with a B. Then we go upstairs where General Cinnamon Toast Crunch is talking to Darkstar, and Darkstar is like, look, you got one shot to let me out here, because if you don't and I gotta get on my own, my vengeance will rain down upon you. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like, you want to talk mess? Tell it to your smart fridge. So yes, you can tell she's still pissed off about being betrayed by a refrigerator. So NSL next to Darkstar's Polaris, and General Cinnamon Toast Crunch starts talking to her, and Polaris like, you know what, can you hold off for a second and at least let me finish my push-ups first? So General Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like, today the Mutant Underground dies. And Polaris is like, you think just because I'm here that the Mutant Underground's gonna die? Like, it doesn't need me to lead it. It can lead itself. It was doing that for a long time before I took charge. As long as we believe in what Jovius would have done, then we're going to be okay. So then General Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like, it's funny you mentioned that. She's like, I thought I could break down your movement the old-fashioned way, you know, murder and stuff. But I was wrong. So she walks over to the top secret vault door, opens it up, and shows her Jovius just sitting there listening to some music. And she's like, how do you think we knew where all the safe houses were at and how to grab all the high-level mutants? Like, this is why. But I'll let him explain himself. So Polaris is like, you are supposed to be dead. Dead. And Jovius is like, look, there's the truth, and then there's what happened. And what happened is that Orcus let out a whole clip on his ass. But then it walked over and saw that he was still alive because he has a bunch of redundant organs. So they captured him. I mean, he was already lying there, so all they had to do was pick him up. Took him back and decided that they were going to sell his organs on the black market for millions. And he would have died with Orcus if General Cinnamon Toast Crunch wouldn't have stepped in, paid a whole bunch of money for him, and take him in. So Polaris is like, so you're here against your will? And he goes, at first. But then General Toast Crunch started offering me things. She said I could get released in 5 years if I helped her and retire anywhere I wanted. I hear good things about Luxembourg. And that's when I made the worst mistake any mutant or person can make. And Polaris goes, which is? And he goes, feeling gratitude towards your capture. But outside the base, you have some soldiers sitting there watching the dock. And all of a sudden this fog comes over, which he knows McCloud. And then the Golf Daddy rolls in on the asses. So the Havok's like, all right, everybody in the base while we got the element of surprise. And all of a sudden, General Cinnamon Toast Crunch is sitting there on the platform. Was like, element of surprise, more like element of stupidity. I was waiting for you. I just knew you was coming. She's like, you here to save your little girlfriend? And he goes, yeah, that's what I'm here for. I don't think he knew she was even there. So General's like, you're more than welcome to try, but our cells are plasma proof. And he goes, but they're not electromagnetic pulse proof. Cyber? And he goes, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. And Cecilia's like, wait, is that your catchphrase? So he unleashes his power and he goes, I hate this power so much. Pyro is working on his romance novel when all of a sudden the pulse hit and he goes, oh no, save, save, save. And he goes, up. There it goes, the Lusty Woodsman, another romance novel lost to the ages. So now Polaris Cell is open, and so is Dark Stars. So now General Cinnamon Toast Crunch is done playing around, and she's like, you know what, X Factor was a mistake. Now I'm about to fix it. Open fire. And the Archangel comes out of nowhere, blocks all the bullets, and then yells to the General, oh yeah, I quit. And Granny Smite was trying to take all those bullets. So Havok and Cecilia go run into the base, and then we see that Polaris is handling her business, as usual. So she sees Havok and she goes, they tell me I have real animal magnetism. And Cecilia is just like, all you guys are crazy. So she drops all the soldiers, she hugs Havok, she kisses him, she tells him that she loves him, but still not leaving with him. But she loves him, and she just walks away. So the Cyber's like, you gonna go after her? And Havok's like, nah. So then Granny Smite walks in and goes, well, I guess we're all fired then, huh? And Havok's like, I suppose so. Sorry, Granny. She goes, it's okay. What doesn't kill you only makes you older. I love Granny Smite. Somebody in that X office, wherever the hell you about to create next, make sure Granny Smite's in it. So Roger's chasing after Havok and Archangel, and he's going 18%, 19. And Havok's like, so what made you change your mind, Warren? And he goes, I realized the only people that I was making happy were people I didn't like. So our X Factor team is walking out the base, and they're even joined by Pyro, who's like, hey, got room for one more? And Warren's like, I mean, fire is useful. And then we see Jovius, who has the opportunity to go ahead and leave the facility, but instead he decides to close the damn door and stay right there. So the General Toast Crunch is like, you know what, we never needed you guys, forget all of X Factor. And then Roger's like, General? And all you hear is, I think I'll be leaving now. But before I do so, I think we're going to have a little chat, as Darkstar is about to live up to her promise. And that's how the story ends. So what did you think about the series? Especially if you either read all the books or watched all the videos. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Please let me know in the comments. Me personally, I love the series. Like, I wish this wasn't ending, but since it is ending, I feel like it ended pretty good. Like, it was an easy transition into this ending, because I feel like the book never took itself that serious. So, like, there wasn't like huge plot twists or this and that going on. Like, it was just a fun book. So I think Mark Russell did a great job, and I hope he finds something else to go ahead and do. I mean, I know he's already into stuff, so, and he works with both companies, so it goes back and forth. But now that we have 3 canceled X books and we got all these mutants that are free to be used in any stories out there, I feel like they should start one book. Let's call it Generation X and include all these mutants in it. And I feel like you should bring in multiple writers to handle this because that should be a huge book. But yeah, just start a Generation X book. You heard it here first, people. You heard it here first.